Welcome back, Inebri-art. This is Andy of the Inebri-art podcast, and we are recording here at the Mayflower Brewery. We try to show love to everybody here in Plymouth, and they show love to us, so that's where we're recording today. And, we've been doing this now over 2 years, every single week, bringing in guests, and it gets to that point where you start being like, oh, man, who do we bring in for guests, and what do we want to talk about, and do we want to talk about chicken wings? Do we want to talk horror movies? Do we want to talk movies? And I said to Fish, I'm like, no one's insulted my age in a while. Let's get Matt Audette, and we can talk about all those things. So welcome, Matt Audette.
What's going on? How are we doing? I'm glad to be here.
So for people who are unfamiliar with your antics, you are chicken chef, guitar player, horror movie fanatic.
Oh, yeah.
I'll bring it up. Red Sox fan.
Yeah, baby.
And kind of, all around... former podcast guest, host. I mean, maybe still. I don't know. If
we're getting there. We've been busy.
So
but don't think we're not gonna put out any more episodes.
What? And we talked about horror movies before. You and Jeff have been on the podcast. So the one thing is we only touched on was your music, right. And so when did that start? How long have you been playing music? Is that like if you had to choose between podcasting and music?
Oh, it's gonna go music.
All right, shut off his mic, fucking. So, when did you start playing music?
In general, I started playing guitar when I was 9, so that was about 15 years ago. So I've been doing. I don't
like that. Can we re-edit that? Can you say 30 years ago?
No,
please. So started at 9.
Yeah.
Did you come from a family of musicians?
No,
no,
not at all.
Like what?
I always loved music.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, that was just one thing, and I've always had such a crazy wide variety of music taste, I guess. But, I don't know, I initially wanted to play the drums, and my parents were like, fuck you, dude. Yeah. So, they got me a guitar, which I was super stoked on, and I learned I took lessons for 6 months, basically learned the basics of reading sheet music.
Yeah.
And then I taught myself how to read tabs, and then throughout high school and going to community college and stuff, I just took little guitar classes and stuff just because I was like, you know what, I might as well go just play guitar.
I can get credit for this?
Yeah, hang out and play guitar for an hour.
Yeah.
I ended up learning a lot of stuff. I learned a lot of chords. I learned how to just do a whole bunch of stuff with guitar and whatnot. And that all kind of came to fruition when I was 21. I started doing open mics around bars because I'd always sang. And just throughout the years, I kind of started getting more comfortable with doing it in front of people.
Yeah.
As I was turning probably 18, 19, I started doing it if we had get-togethers, little parties and stuff, maybe play a few songs here and there.
Yeah.
Me and my good buddy CJ.
To impress the ladies.
Yeah, I mean, we never had girls at the parties because we were lame, but...
Oh, all right.
No, but me and my buddy CJ... the first big show we did was called the Porterhouse Acoustic Backyard Bonanza, which was about 4 years ago.
That's a great name.
It's awesome because his last name is Porter, and we did it at his parents' house. So the Porterhouse Acoustic Backyard Bonanza. So we actually just did we couldn't do it last year because no one's schedule lined up. He lives up in Alston now, and they all just graduated Wentworth a couple years ago, so they're working and doing a bunch of stuff. So we couldn't get it together last year. So we did the third one this year. And every time we do it, it's a ton of fun. So,
yeah.
But that was anyway. The first time we did that was my big here I am. I'm gonna play music.
Yeah.
And see what happens. And it went pretty good. Nice. It was fun. And then I started doing the open mics. And
where was your first open mic?
The Black Raz.
Oh yes.
I played first 2 songs I ever played in front of a bar were "Anima" by Tool and "Everlong" by Foo Fighters.
Did you kill them or did you completely fucking choke?
I thought I did a pretty good job. I didn't choke,
nice.
So I mean, everyone was digging it. And then I did a couple more of those, and Chris Almeida was working at Speedwell at the time and reached out to me and gave me an opportunity to play over there for 2 hours.
Cool. Yeah.
And so I did that, and it went well. It was cool. My equipment is a little shitty. I didn't have my stuff at the time, so I had to borrow it.
Right.
And then I got my own stuff, and then just kind of started regularly playing. Traveled word of mouth, people were enjoying themselves listening to me play. I had a lot of friends come and hang out and support, so it was a good draw, stuff like that. And now it's just became
and that's what bars love,
pretty much a job.
And I'm not saying you're a shitty musician, but they could give a shit if you're a good musician if you bring people.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't care.
Yeah. But I don't know.
If you bring people and don't drive people away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like that's fair. But it's just now I play 3 places every week.
Yeah.
And on top of like any other place on like a Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, you're always got something going on downtown. I know tonight you're playing over at Tar Bar.
Yep.
You play speedball.
Yep, that's every
There's
Friday.
little, nepotism going on. I mean, you work there.
Well, I played there before I worked there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, is that how you started working there? Was there like, we're
They were
hiring?
like, hey, I know you're a cook. Do you want to be a cook here too? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not?
Nice. And I know you play the waterfront a lot.
Yep,
like,
every Tuesday.
What other is that? Oh, so that's like a steady gig.
Yep.
Every Tuesday they can, people can find you there.
Yep, every Tuesday 8 to 11 during the winter, and then when it gets nice out, I do 9 to 12. We play at like the outside patio bar, and that's a fun night.
That's cool. I didn't even know they did music out there.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. And I got lucky this year. There was only one rain out that I had to play inside. Usually, like last year, I had a couple. And it was kind of shitty.
I had the most fucked up experience there, maybe 2-3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago. A person I work with was leaving the company, so like, you have like the go, everyone goes out for beers to whatever. And we ended up at the waterfront, and someone's like, "Oh, I'll have a pizza," and they're like, "Oh, we don't do pizza." And like we were all like, yeah, you do. And they're like, no, we got rid of our pizza oven like 3 years ago or something like that, or 4 years ago. And I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure I had a pizza here last summer. And they're like, no, you didn't. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure I did. So like it blew my mind, like how fast time flies.
How fast pizza gets just ripped away from you.
Yeah, man. I don't remember it being that bad that they had to get rid of the pizza oven, but
I don't even know they had pizza at all.
Yeah, so they used to.
Yeah. But I guess I don't know.
I guess not recently. Yeah, that wasn't that important of a story, but shut up, fish. So you started playing out.
Mm-hmm.
What was there like a moment where you're like, I think I can actually make some money at this? Like, when did you go from the open mic? Well, you said Chris will meet it, but like,
shout out to him. Big thanks.
Oh, he's a good guy. He's been on the Bar Talk podcast.
And Jordan. I'm going to give Jordan the shout out too, because he also gave Jordan Shabbat.
Never heard of him.
Yeah.
No, don't know that guy.
Obviously, he's my manager, but he gave me a huge opportunity.
What, do you need a raise?
No, they both of them I owe a lot to for just kind of giving me the little kickstart. So
cool. Were you automatically like, oh, absolutely, or were you like hesitant about it?
Oh, I was stoked. I took that immediately. And
so, do you choose your songs differently when you're playing in a bar opposed to what you want to play?
No. So I used to.
Yeah.
And not anymore. I kind of just play whatever I want.
I
know how to like, I mean, there's like a middle ground. Like, you know what I mean? Certain crowds you're going to want to play like certain songs. Certain crowds I won't play certain songs because there's some songs I play that are a little more aggressive or raunchy or like ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like, I would never go to Waterfront during a busy elder dinner crowd and play like Tribute by Tenacious D. Like, you know what I mean? Like, or Forgot About Dre by Eminem. Dr. Dre.
What's wrong with those? I like both those songs.
Yeah, I mean, they're good.
Yeah.
They're fun, but you know what I mean? Like, I try to, like, there's definitely a degree that I, like, try to figure out what to play to what crowd, but for the most part, like, at first I was like, yeah, I should probably learn this. Now I'm just kind of like, you know what? I like this song. I'm going to play this song.
Yeah.
Instead. So there's a lot of songs that I play that I know a lot of people don't know, but a lot of people are like, oh, that song sounded good.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. To me, I'm like, if it sounds good, I guess that's cool. I don't have to know every word.
Have you ever
able to discover new music?
So when you try new songs, have you ever kind of got like halfway through one and been like, I wish I didn't fucking play this song, or
playing it live, or
or like maybe I didn't know it as well as I thought I did.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I had a really hard time playing Layla by Eric Clapton like the first 3 times I played it. And I fucked it up like hard. Yeah. And I just kind of like had to get through it and made it happen. Just kind of played. I skipped a verse or something, like fucked up the words. I don't know, something stupid. And then I finally like came around to playing it and got it down. And then I like just stopped playing it in general.
Fuck that song.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wasn't into it.
I actually saw this old guy. He was playing at this place that normally didn't have music. So, they were just having him in because he knew somebody or something. Yeah. And he was playing a Beatles song. I wish I remember what song it was. It was a really popular Beatles song, but he got like stuck in the chorus, and he kept like repeating the same 2 lines, and like to the point where like you could tell he knew he was stuck and
broken.
He couldn't figure out what the next line was, so like everyone started singing along to try and like move the song. It was funny and sad all at the same time.
Yeah, there's like it happens. Like I forget words like all the time.
Yeah.
And it's not that I like completely forget how to play the song. It's just like you have like a brain fart. And
right.
Like, oh shit. Like whatever. Like there's times I mix up verses to songs. I don't know. I don't really like think too much about it in the moment or at all really. Yeah. Just kind of move on. No one really notices. So.
A lot of times I feel like with cover bands and this isn't speaking of you specifically, but I feel like most people, it's like music that they're maybe not like, it's not like if you went to see Tenacious D, you're focused on the song, you're singing along.
Yeah.
You know, when it's at a bar, it's kind of like,
it's very loose.
It's loose. It's kind of background music. You're having a conversation. You're watching the game.
Yeah.
So if it seems out of order, you're like, wait, is that out of order, or was I just not paying attention? So
yeah.
I feel like
that's. I'm not,
yeah.
I don't think too much about it.
Yeah. Where do you like? What's the Matt Audette music goal?
Oh, I don't know yet. I'm like
play Fenway with Foo Fighters.
That would be like insane. Honestly, like I'm like trying to start writing my own music, which I've been like off and on having like a really. There's days I'm like, wow, this is like really cool. This is a really good song. I like this, and then I'll go and play it like the next couple days, and I'm like, this song's fucking stupid. Like,
yeah.
What was I thinking? Like, it's weird. It's very like I have a very difficult time.
I feel that's a very creative mindset.
It is, but it's like I'm like sharing like a personal piece of myself with like a bunch of strangers.
Right.
And,
yeah.
Like to me, that's very weird.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm like working on it. I'm trying. I'm getting there. I want to make it happen. I want to have just one like moment where I'm like, boom, like eureka. Like I just figured out a great song, great lyrics, great melody, stuff like that. But I go back and forth a lot. I'm very critical of like my own work.
Right. I mean, yeah, that's what I was like. Yeah. Everybody is. You know, they'll be like, I really love this piece, and then like 2 minutes later, you're like, oh, but it's fucked up.
Yeah. Like, but so hopefully within the near future, I'll have a couple new songs to bring into the limelight.
And do you foresee kind of like putting a band together?
I don't think so. I like playing by myself.
Yeah.
I have all the wiggle room to like do whatever I want.
Right.
I don't have to depend on other people to like get together and practice because I have no time to like. I have like one day off and it's usually still busy and I have shit to do.
Yeah. Well, you're playing music. You're working at one of the busier places in town.
So like I've had so many people like ask me that too. They're like, would you like be in a band? Like, do you want to? I'm like, dude, I honestly, like, I've had other musicians, like really, really good musicians, be like, we should try to put a project together. And I'm like, yeah, like I'd love to. It's just I can't guarantee the time to.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'd feel like I was like ripping them off by like I don't know. I just.
And then it's like you have that one day off.
And and it comes down to Sunday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, fuck, I didn't even get out of bed yet. Like, I don't want to.
And then you're like, I really need to do laundry.
Yeah, something like like it's just there's other things that I could just do and just relax. But that's why I don't want to commit to something that I'm gonna kind of like bail on.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like there's a lot of people that would just jump at it and be like, yes. And then
there was a time probably before I really was playing as much as I am that I would have.
Yeah.
But right now I'm like pretty stoked on just playing by myself.
Nice. So do you think you'd kind of like sneak once you kind of get that song that you've wanted to write done, do you think you're just going to sneak it in to a set and see how it goes and just kind of
eventually? Yeah, I think usually like when
no one threw a beer bottle at me. Score.
Like when I do new songs, like because where I play at Speedwell every Friday, that's like the little 5 to 7 spot. Yeah, it's such a good time.
That's a super weird time for music.
It's awesome, dude. Honestly, it's like one of my favorite like things to do in the whole world. Like you get that nice little dinner crowd. It gets so busy in there at that time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I usually have like a good crowd of regulars that come and hang out. But that's that's like my go-to spot to like try out new songs.
Yeah.
And because it's like home, so there's this
you gotta be
comfortability.
Because you know everybody there.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and I'll tell people, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna like try a new song today, and I haven't gotten to do a new one in a couple weeks, which I'm hopefully gonna try and do one tonight.
Can you play Wagon Wheel?
I've never heard of that song.
When I invited you on, you're like, oh, so I should play some music? I'm like, yes, anything but Wagon Wheel.
Yeah, no, I've never played that song.
Yeah.
Anyone that likes Wagon Wheel, I'm never gonna play it. So.
Well, I don't think those people listen to our podcast, so I'm not really fucking worried about them. Fair
enough.
And speaking of podcasts, a few years ago, you and what was his name?
Gerald
something. Yeah, decided to start up a podcast.
Was that long ago? Was there I thought it was last year.
God, no, man. It was like
2 years.
I think it was 2 years ago.
Jesus Christ.
When the first episode went up. Research.
Sorry, working on it.
Well, work faster, bitch.
Wow.
Yeah. See, I can
be cutthroat up in here.
It is a little.
Think among yourselves.
All right, we'll talk while you do whatever it is you're doing.
Yeah, me and Jeff have been like.
Yeah. So what led into that?
The horror movie thing.
Yeah.
We went to Speedball on Christmas one day, and we were talking about horror movies, and we were drinking, and we got really passionate about the conversation. I was like, we should start like a fucking podcast. I was like, I could definitely crush beers and just ramble on about horror movies.
You guys drink during your podcast?
No.
That's it. We're canceling that show. We cannot promote such things.
Yeah, no, like, so we were, like, pretty, like, fired up about it, and, like, it went well, and then now, just schedule-wise, like, we're exact opposites right now.
Yeah.
So I mean, which has been for a while.
He's working full-time and part-time, and, you know, you're pretty much doing the same.
I work at night.
Yeah.
Almost every night, so.
Yeah, and he works during the days.
Yeah,
so.
it's just perfect storm for not being able to do anything together.
It happens. So, how was the podcast process? Like, was it something that you enjoyed? Obviously, you're back on another podcast, so you couldn't hate it.
we had fun doing it. It was never, like, anything I was like, oh, this, like, sucks, like, I don't want to do it. Like, we had fun doing it. It's just, it came to a point that, like, we just, like, couldn't get together and do it.
Yeah.
But I love the idea of podcasting. I think it's really funny. I listen to a few podcasts, like, regularly.
Like the Inebri-art podcast?
I do. I like you guys. I like Bar Talk, too.
Oh, that's a lot of fun. You're not allowed to be on.
I guess not, dude. I was like, Jordan doesn't care. I guess it's Carl.
Carl set the rule, and it's one of those. I get it.
Well, that was the thing. I was like, have me on as like a musician.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I won't talk about being in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it's one of those. Someone could tell, even if you had
Carl just likes to bust my balls.
Well, yeah. It's not you, because I mean this has come up like almost from day one, and the basic idea is, even if they weren't talking about an experience in your restaurant, like if they're telling, back in my first, waitress job, I dropped a steak on the floor and I served it anyways.
Oh, Jesus, I wouldn't do that.
But I'm just trying to think of anything like crazy, but
share that information.
But you know what I'm saying? And just any kind of story that reflects on them negatively, that they're like, oh, haha, when I was younger, you wouldn't help, but like you wouldn't be able to not look at that person and go, are they doing it in my restaurant?
Yeah.
So it and then it puts everybody in a weird situation. So,
yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Like even if they're like, oh, I don't know what restaurant people do that they're not supposed to do. Like, oh, I ate a cheeseburger and didn't tell anybody, or whatever.
No, we're allowed to have food.
Yeah,
when we're hungry. Yeah,
not in Carl's restaurant. No? I don't know.
Jordan will let us have something to eat.
Yeah,
we'll make ourselves. I made myself a burger for lunch today.
Yeah,
it was good.
I'm just making it up. I don't know if I don't know what Carl's rules are. But you know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't feed his work.
If someone said something, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't feed his kids. But like, if someone said something that kind of like just raised an eyebrow of the owner of the restaurant, then you suddenly maybe you'd be paying a little much too attention to that person. Or,
no, I definitely get it. It makes sense. Yeah, you like. There's a lot of restaurants have policies where if you're wearing like a uniform restaurant, if you're going to sit at the bar and have a drink after, you got to take your work shirt off.
Right.
You don't want to be like, so I had this fucking asshole today that like blah 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 blah.
Right.
And people are like, wow, this guy's a fucking dickhead.
Right.
So I definitely get that standpoint. But I was like, hey, have me on as like someone that plays music. You can call me like Matt Audette. Like,
wait, that's not your name?
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, I mean, if you ever quit or get fired, you're welcome on.
Sweet.
That'll be a super interesting episode.
Yeah.
Especially if you go work at the New World.
Very awkward.
Yeah.
If Jordan fires me, I might purposely go
work at the New World.
Yeah.
Oh, then we would definitely have you on the podcast. Yeah. I don't care. I would be like, I have a special secret guest.
I like to think that I'd really have to fuck up for Jordan.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. I'm sure he has fired people. He's such a nice guy.
He is. But no, I know he can definitely raise Cain if need be. So,
yeah. So you were a cook prior to working at Speedwell?
Yes.
Is it, and I don't want to be like, is it just a job, but like, do you have passion about
I like to cook.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I enjoy doing it. Like, I go to work at Speedwell and I'm like, this is cool. I mean, obviously there's days you're tired. You're like, fuck, I don't want to go to work. But like, you get there and I work with such like awesome people.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's so fucking easy. It's such an easy kitchen to work in. Like, it's just so well managed. Everything's so put together. It's right. It's just, everything is just set up the way you need it to be. Each person sets each other up for the next shift.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, so that helps a lot. I mean, granted, it's a small kitchen, and normally, like, when I work on Monday nights, which we've been getting, like, the shit kicked out of us, which is a good thing.
Yep.
It's just two of us. So, you know what I mean? Like, we've been, like, rocking and rolling doing that. And, but we kill it. We make it happen.
And that place gets jamming.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they crank the food out of that kitchen sometimes.
We got a system.
I assume those are nights you're not on.
I don't work weekends because I play gigs, but I am working on. I picked up a shift on the 17th, which I just found out.
Oh, that's parade day.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
You're fucked, man.
So, yeah, I picked that up like 3 months ago.
Yeah, they're like, hey, Matt, do you want to work this 17th of November?
Yeah, I was like, yeah,
sure.
I was like, I don't have a gig that day. I'll pick that up, like, whatever. And then Cheese was like, yeah, it's parade day. I was like, you fucking dickhead. But no, he's helped me out. He's helped me out a lot. So I was like, yeah, fuck it, I could take a good ass kicking in the kitchen from time to time.
Yeah,
it's good
because that's gonna be a pretty brutal day.
It's gonna suck.
I know. I know the owners of the restaurants love it. It's their busiest day of the year. I'm looking forward to going down. Like I'm not even that big of a fan of parades, but I just it's everyone's downtown. Why not?
I think I've worked parade day every year so far, but in the daytime.
Oh, is this at night? So is it busier at night?
I don't know. I haven't worked the night.
I guess we'll find out.
I fucking hope not. I mean, the parade, like the day gets busy, but dinner is obviously dinner rush is way more intense.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna make it happen.
Yeah. So horror movie recommendations. What's new? What's good?
I just saw the new Halloween. I liked
And?
it. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I wouldn't say it was like above and beyond spectacular, but
No, I believe it's
a direct sequel.
a direct sequel of something older. Correct.
The first Halloween.
Oh, the very first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I liked it. It was cool. It was super gory and violent. Sometimes I like to just go see a crazy violent movie like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Trying to think like what
There was
else.
something. Oh, did you ever see? This is the one that I wanted to see that I never got to. Was Quiet Place?
No, the one with the dude from The Office.
Yeah.
No.
I've heard really good things.
I'm like
about
such a stickler when it comes to like PG-13 horror movies.
Oh, is it? I didn't even see.
I think it is.
I don't even
automatically like turned off.
I never even look at that shit. Like it never even dawns on me to look at.
It might not be PG.
Yeah.
It might be rated R. I'm not sure, but I thought
research. Wait, are we still waiting on a fucking date?
You kind of never shut up. It was June of last year.
June of last. Oh,
Yeah,
really?
The first episode went up June of.
That's a year and a
2017.
half. It was
Yeah.
so. That was pretty close. I never shut up. It's a podcast. I'm not supposed to stop talking.
No, but at some point, if you ask me a question, then never come back.
I just forgot. I forgot you were
I
doing
did
something.
too. I didn't even know, yeah.
I forgot you were here. Yeah. So the rating on Quiet Place. Do you want me to spell that for you?
Yes, yes, I do.
I guess there's like a sequel possibly in the works.
Yeah, I heard that too. And
know.
so yeah, I know very little about it, and but I've heard good things. The last horror movie I went to see, which I heard they're also doing a sequel, was Happy Death Day.
Yeah, I saw the preview for that at Halloween.
Yeah. Oh, like the sequel's like
Yeah.
in the mid. Oh wow.
Oh, it's good to go. It's coming.
Did
out.
you ever?
I think it's Valentine's Day. It comes out.
Oh. Did you ever
I did not see the first one.
I really liked it.
It's interesting. From what the preview states is that she gets sucked back into it, but she has to kill herself every time. So that's a little bit of a twist.
Oh, so this is the sequel.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. I at first like I'm watching it
Because other people are like sucked into it too. So,
Oh,
I don't know.
okay.
I don't know. I don't like. It's too like poppy.
Yeah.
For me.
Like I was watching it, I'm like, this is like a fucking horror version of Groundhog Day.
Smash this fly, dude.
And but I liked it because it wasn't super serious. Like I felt it
It didn't take itself completely seriously.
no.
Yeah,
And then at the very end, they referenced how it was a ripoff of Groundhog Day. So I'm like, oh, I can be down with that. If they,
Yeah.
if they were like, no, this is completely different, then I'd be like, this movie's stupid. But the fact that they kind of even acknowledged it in the movie themselves.
Yeah, it's like Scream. It just kind of like made fun of the
Right.
horror genre in itself, I guess, sort of.
So favorite horror movie
Of all time,
of all time?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Nice.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in ages.
I watch that probably every few months.
Yeah.
And there's always every time I watch it, it's something more.
I think the last Chainsaw Massacre one I watched was the one with Matthew McConaughey and
Yikes.
yeah. Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's kind of fun to watch when you realize it was who was it Renee
Zellweger.
Zellweger, that's right. Like they both became huge stars right as that was coming out.
Yeah.
And their agents were trying to repress it, and so it's kind of funny to watch and knowing that.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, I think he's a great actor,
Yeah.
but
True
not,
Detective changed
not in
my
that movie.
whole view of oh no, the movie's fucking garbage.
Yeah. So what is the worst horror movie? Like, what would you absolutely not recommend? Would you rather gouge your own eyes out
than
than
fucking Blair Witch movie?
The first one?
No, the like reboot that they did.
They rebooted that? I didn't realize
like
that.
Probably like 2016, maybe.
Wow, really?
It's so
like
bad.
I don't even know how you can reboot that.
It's so bad.
That would be like trying to reboot.
I saw it in theaters by myself.
That would
like no one else is in there. Because I went to go see something. I forget what the movie was that I wanted to see. That wasn't in theaters anymore. So I went and saw that instead. And I was just I was like mad. I was like, wow, like that was just so dumb.
I don't know how. Like I feel like that was a very like.
I was like embarrassed. It made me embarrassed. I was like, I wanted like my money back.
Like you wanted to sneak into like the My Little Pony movie, but like, nope, was watching this one.
Yeah, like, literally. I was like, I don't even know.
Yeah.
It could have been anything else, but I was just not.
I don't even know how you like. That just seems so. That to me, that sounds like trying to remake Sixth Sense.
It wasn't a remake. It was just like a reboot. Like it was like I don't know if it was. It was so fucking stupid.
Yeah, I remember they did a sequel like right after.
Yeah,
but that was.
That was
forever ago. Oh, I know, but it was like forever ago.
The original Blair Witch Project was tight. That was like the first like found. Well, no, I wouldn't say it's the first found footage because Cannibal Holocaust.
I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say Cannibal Holocaust was.
That's a crazy movie, but I mean, it's the one that went mainstream.
Right, it's the first mainstream one. Yeah.
Cannibal Holocaust. I don't think was a movie that was in.
No, Fish is over here googling Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah.
Good luck.
It's a brutal movie, dude.
Yeah. Is there maybe not the scariest? Is there like what's the most brutal movie that you can think of?
Wow. Okay.
Like just
I've seen some pretty fucked up movies.
Absolute gore, hack slash, horrible.
Like gory movie or just a movie that's just like a hard watch?
Yeah, the hard watch.
I mean, Requiem for a Dream's pretty tough. I don't know if you necessarily call it. I'd call that like an urban horror movie.
Yeah.
It's just like the movie freaks me out. I don't know. The most like brutal fucking movie, dude, Cannibal Holocaust is like up there.
Yeah. I remember. I can't remember the name of it. It's put out by this company called Toe Tag Films, and I saw them at a horror convention. I don't know if you've ever been to horror conventions, but like there's at least a dozen people like pitching their like independent made movie, and these guys are in like the white painter costumes, like splattered in blood. Pitching their movie, and they're like, yeah, it's filmed like a found footage movie. This was, definitely post Blair Witch, but like as if serial killers were videotaping their exploits.
So it's like Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer, kind of.
Yeah, and they said they sent it out to get developed, and not Prismacolor. Who's the Technicolor? Sent it back. They're like, we don't want to be associated with your film. So they sent it out to another lab, and then the other lab sent it back with the police because they thought it was like
a snuff film.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So I mean, that's at that point I'm like, well, I have to like that's you at least got to watch it.
They sent like I know like a Serbian film was like a one-time watch.
Yeah,
like,
and that was the thing. It was more just like
I gotta watch it just to see what all the hype is.
Brought it home to the wife and like, this is the story behind it. You want to watch it? She's like, yeah, let's watch that. And then you watch it and you're like, it wasn't a very good movie, but it was fucked up.
Yeah, so there's stuff like that. But I mean, I don't know. It's hard to like nail like what movie was like the one. There's like certain movies I've watched that in the moment I was like, wow, this is a lot. I remember like The Hills Have Eyes remake. The first time I watched that was like a lot to take in because everyone just dies at once, kill everybody, and it's just so brutal. And I remember being like, wow, that was like I just felt like I just got like assaulted.
Yeah.
So I guess if I had to say it like that affected me in the moment, it was probably that one.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we talked a little bit about music. We talked about horror movies. What's your favorite wing flavor?
Ooh. I mean, I'm a classic Buffalo guy.
Yeah.
But I do like the Mozambique.
Yeah.
That's a go-to. What I'll do is I'll get like the Jamaican jerk parm cheese mix.
Yeah.
Parm herb, as we call it at the Speedwell.
Parm herb.
Parm herb, dude. And I'll get that, and then I'll just get a side of the Mozambique and dip it. That's fucking tasty as hell. Mm-hmm.
See, little secret menu shit going on.
Yeah.
When I know Jordan is always doing like special stuff, do you guys ever get to like weigh in and be like, hey, you should try whatever?
One of the burgers that we have on the special this week was like me and Jordan came up with last week.
Nice.
Yeah.
I had for our listeners, Speedwell's been doing retro game nights.
Yep.
Which have been pretty cool.
Always on Tuesdays. I can't go to those because I'm at Waterfront.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they're cool, even though Matt's not there.
Fair enough.
But he had a one-up burger that was pretty dope.
Yep.
Had like a giant mushroom on it. It was pretty great.
Actually a fun burger to make. Believe it or not, like there are certain things that I like enjoy making.
Yeah.
And that was kind of cool to make. I had fun with that.
Nice.
It's like a giant
like a portobello. That's my brain wasn't working. I couldn't.
I was grilling it. They were like all sautéing it. I think.
Yeah.
I threw it on the grill. I thought it looked better with grill marks on it.
Yeah, it was delicious. I thought it was great, and the retro game night's such a fun thing. So you're gonna play some music for us.
Mm-hmm.
And what are you gonna play?
I'm going to do a song. This is a song that my roommate showed me probably 5 months ago. Thought it was awesome. It's called After the Party by the Menzingers, or Menzingers. I don't know exactly how it's pronounced.
I don't even know who they are.
Yeah, it's kind of like a alternative, low-key. He's been showing me all these low-key, alternative bands that I really, really enjoy.
Do you know what you should check out that I've kind of become obsessed with is you can find them on YouTube. Just look up Tiny Desk Concert.
Yep. I've discovered a lot of people on that.
They're great. All right, that's it. I'm done. He's like, yeah. I'm like, great. I don't really get to talk about it now because you're like, yep.
If you want to,
no,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, you do that. I'm gonna wait. Hang on.
I've only heard of the Big Desk Concert.
Wait, stop. I'm gonna do it again. You should check out the Tiny Desk Concert.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Oh, it's great. It's they film it in the office behind a desk, and a band comes in and plays. And sometimes it's bands you definitely know, and sometimes it's bands you never heard of.
Wow,
you should check it out.
I have been enlightened.
Dude, that's our best. That's the all-time Inebri-art highlight right there.
Nice. Glad to be a part.
But I've been obsessed with the Decemberists on that.
Okay.
It's been really good.
I'll check them out. I don't think I've heard them before, but I'll check them out.
I'd heard of them.
Mm-hmm.
And my girlfriend at the time was like, hey, let's go see this band, the Decemberists.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, I've heard of them. Let's go see them. They're fucking great.
Yeah.
Very kind of homespun, folky, mellow music. Really good, really funny. The lead singer was fucking hysterical.
Just the way, just in between songs.
Just in between songs, and then you know how every band does the sing along, oh, right side, left side. He's like, right side, left side, all the guys, all the girls, all the guys as girls.
Hell yeah!
So it was just it was really good. So I recommend them.
Cool, yeah. December, so I'll check them out.
Yeah. So you're gonna play. I don't even know if we got through the first song. What was the first song you're going to play? You mentioned the band.
Party
okay, yeah.
By the Menzingers. The first one.
That's the first one.
Yeah. And then should I keep going?
Yeah. What are the other songs?
I'm going to do Upside
Down.
Down.
What, do we have to guess them?
Upside Down by Jack Johnson.
I've heard that one.
Which these two songs I like to, those are good go-to opener songs for sets.
Yeah.
They're nice. So it depends where I'm playing. If it's hype, if I'm playing at Pillory, if a shit ton of people come down, I might open with a fucking banger.
Yeah.
Just get everyone in the mood. But if it's nice and chill, the Speedwell gigs, I like a nice soft open.
I feel 5 to 7 people aren't.
Ease into it.
Yeah, people aren't raw. They're, exactly. Chilling out having their
So those are two really good songs that are kind of chill, but they kind of pick up a little bit towards the end. Stuff like that. And then I think I'm going to do All on the Watchtower by Jimi Hendrix.
Never heard of him.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I think he was in the Jackson 5. And then
I really want to hear that now.
But I do a way different version of that. Like I was talking about earlier about my buddy CJ. Me and him play that song, and he shreds and does a bunch of solos. When we played, it's 14 minutes long. When I played, it's 5 to 7, depending on how many choruses I want to do, or if I feel like doing whatever. So it's different. I'll probably do a shorter version.
Nice. And if our listeners enjoy your music and want to check you out live, or do you have YouTube channel or
No, I don't have any of that.
Social media?
Facebook, yeah. I'm all over Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I post where I'm playing all the time on Facebook and Twitter. Sometimes I'll put up a video if I'm feeling it. But
you're that age. You're supposed to have a YouTube channel, and you're supposed to live stream and.
Work, yeah, no, I honestly should. A lot of people tell me I should make a music page specifically on Facebook, which I'll get around to. Once I want to get my originals, at least a few of them. Yeah. And then I'll start.
Well, from a social media standpoint, don't do it till you're ready to like actually post on it and use it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, exactly.
I see so many people, or mostly businesses, that will be like, "Oh, we need a Twitter account or we need a Facebook page," and they'll set it up, and then they'll never fucking go back to it. They'll never go back to it.
2014.
And you'd be like, "How do you know if people are complaining to you?"
Yeah,
which happens all the time. Like people will. Direct message you a complaint or something.
I'd love that to like have people be like, "Hey, you played this one song and it was fucking garbage, dude." Yeah, like that would actually make me laugh.
But like any kind of, I'm talking from a business standpoint because that's what I do for my day job. Like we will literally have people like direct message us, being like, "Oh, this wasn't. You said it was this, but it wasn't." Mm-hmm. And if you never like check in on your social media, then that just seems like you don't give.
You might just keep doing the wasn't.
And it just seems like you don't give a shit. Yeah. So, my recommendation, don't do it until you're ready to maintain it.
Yeah. So. I've had, I think, one verbal complaint ever. Like, a lady came up to me and complained to me. I've had people tell me I was not loud enough, which I don't really...
Wow, really? Well, speak
I played it. This was at Fisherman's View down in Sandwich, and an older lady came up to me and she says, "I can't hear you. Can you please turn your..."
Wow, that's weird. Okay. That's almost like a real compliment.
That lady gave me a tip though, and as while I was playing, I just didn't have a cup or a jar out, so she just like put her hand down my pocket and slid money in it.
Was she like an old lady?
She was so old. She had to have been like in her 80s.
Yeah, Matt.
Dude, I was stoked.
Yeah,
and like so
going after the saber-toothed cougars.
I'm playing this song, and she's just gently patting this wad of just folded $4 into my pocket. Like in front of everyone. Everyone's looking at him just like, oh man.
That had to be like, I wish I was there. That
was good.
The greatest.
It was good.
Next time I see Matt playing, I'm sticking $4 in his pocket. I don't care if he's got a tip jar or not.
Yeah, but there was one complaint I had. I played Dear Prudence by the Beatles.
That's a great song.
I love that song, but I play it very untraditionally from the actual version that it is. There's like, it's got, I get a lot of like bounce to it. Like it's got a cool little beat the way I play it, and there's like one spot in the middle I kind of like really like jam and like slam on the guitar, and this lady was like, "That was way too aggressive," and I was like,
"That was her complaint." Was
she
aggressive?
Came up and she goes, "You did the Beatles," and I was like, "Oh yeah, Dear Prudence." She goes, "It was way too aggressive. It's supposed to be a slower, like more like relaxing song."
That's a personal taste.
Well, I like it that way.
Yeah,
so I listen to heavy metal when I'm not like playing Dave Matthews Band and the Beatles,
which blows my mind when you're like, "These are the songs I'm going to play," and I'm like, "That no, I booked Matt Audette for this show." Audit? What the fuck am I talking about?
Taxi.
Yeah. I was expecting at least Van Halen.
No, I don't like 80s music. That's like a big thing that shocks a lot of people too.
Like any 80s music?
Almost all of it.
You don't like Africa by Toto?
No,
which
I fucking hate that song.
You know what's funny is I don't mind that song, but I can't get the fuck away from it now.
You know what's funny is that if that song wasn't a fucking meme, I'd probably respect it a little more.
Oh, it was a meme? Is that how it got so popular again?
I think so, I guess. I don't know. I hadn't heard it until it became a meme, and if I had heard it, I would be like, "Oh, the song's kind of like, this is cool."
Yeah.
But now that it's just all over, it's like Shrek. Like, everyone's stoked on like Shrek. I'm like, that movie came out fucking like 15 years ago, and it sucks. So
I don't think it's. I mean, I don't like it as much.
That may be an unpopular opinion, but I think
it is. But like, I don't hate it, but I don't.
There's all these there's like this like subgenre of humor that's just like solely based on Shrek, and it's so cringeworthy. I'm like, this is dumb. Like, this isn't funny. Granted, I have a wicked fucked up sense of humor.
Yeah,
I think like horrible dark things are funny. So like, I don't know. Maybe people are just a lot lighthearted.
Maybe
more lighthearted than I am.
Cool. So we should get into the music now, since Matt has insulted our Shrek listeners.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Pixar is tight, I guess. Pixar made Shrek, right?
No, DreamWorks.
Yeah. Dreamcast.
Now you've insulted me. You don't know Pixar movies.
DreamWorks make the teamwork. Or whatever. Teamwork makes the dream work.
There you go.
That's what it is.
It's your employee, Jordan. He's
he
like,
knows.
Whatever.
He knows what he's gotten himself into.
Burger on the bun on the burger. It doesn't matter. It's pretty fucking close.
Dude. It's all the same food going into your mouth at once.
You're going to chew it anyways. Yeah. What difference does it make if I put it in order?
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, that's how I live my life.
Well, it was an absolute pleasure.
Absolutely.
We love having you on the show.
Yeah, I was super stoked.
Yeah. And so we're going to go to music now, and then we'll sneak in and come back and talk badly about you after you've left. And I think that's about it. And hey, you didn't even make an old joke.
Yeah. I did. That's usually Jeff. Jeff like slides me $20 to do that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I was like, I don't know why you want me to be so mean to them. And he's like, dude, just fucking do it.
That
I'm
fucking
like,
Jeff.
Yeah.
That's it. Never liked that kid anyway.
Yeah, he's like very...
He's
like,
all...
On paper, he's such a nice kid, but behind the scenes, dude, he's fucking brutal.
You know, I don't
like, if you don't fucking make fun of Andy for how old he is, I'm gonna fuck you up. I was like, dude, what?
I don't like his type. The tall. Ugh.
Yeah, he is a
tall. Ugh.
And I was so like, wow. Like, it was the first time I showed those colors to me, and I was like, Jesus Christ, Jeff. Like, what's your...
It's like, I'll fucking cut you.
Yeah, dude, literally. He's like, dude, I'll fucking cut you like a pig. And I was like, what? He's like, make fun of fucking Andy. I was like, all right.
That's it.
Jesus.
That's it. I'm texting him right now. Fuck that guy.
I'm just kidding, Jeff. He didn't say that.
I'm still texting him right now. I'm just going to text him
right
now.
Though? Let's leave it in big
I'm just going to be like, fuck him. Fuck you. And he's going to be like, what? I'm like,
you
know what you did?
Fuck you, period. And then just not answer again. Don't ever answer.
He'd be like, fuck you. I'm going to cut you like a pig.
Say that to me, you'd be like, "What the fuck?" He's such a nice kid.
All right, well, you're playing music. I'm gonna send Jeff a text because this will be fun, and he won't figure it out for I don't know. This is gonna go up in like 3 weeks.
Yeah. I say let it go until Christmas Eve, and then at 11:59, just send him a kissy winky.
All right. So I don't know how to end better than that. So we'll go to music.
Little things my mind can miss. It's edge behind my eyelids. Getting stoned when we wake up. Coffee grounds and coffee cups. Silhouette and our top speakers. Hardcore laptop speakers. That's it through the more obscure. Minor threats of your old roommate's band. Without a scope admiring years. Navigate around your tattoos. Said he got that one on a whim when you were breaking up with him. The Tusco Russian dolls, light yourself from big to small. Put away and start anew. Shed your skin and find the old you. 'Cause everybody wants to get famous. You just wanna dance in a basement. You don't care if anyone is watching, as long as you stay in motion. Miles on these old jean jackets, caught up in a drunk conversation. So after the party, it's me and you. After the party, it's me and you. On everything you see, high up on this rooftop of the South LA, till the nights we lose our self-control. The 6 minutes, the rock and roll. 'Cause everybody wants to get famous. You just wanna dance in basement. You don't care if anyone is watching, as long as you stay in motion. Miles on these old jean jackets, caught up in a drunk conversation. 'Cause after the party, it's me and you. After the party, after the party, it's me and you. After the party, it's me and you. 'Cause everybody wants to get famous. You just wanna dance in a basement. don't care if anyone is watching, so long as you stay in motion. Miles on these old jean jackets, caught up in a drunk conversation. 'Cause after the party, it's me and you. After the party, it's me and you. Say what's impossible and they forgot. This world keeps spinning and with each new day I can feel it changing everything. And as the surface breaks, reflections fade, but in some way they remain the same. And as my mind begins to spread its wings, there's no stopping curiosity. I wanna turn the whole thing upside down. Say what's impossible can't be found. Say it's love will find everyone. Singing, dance, learn the nature song. I don't want this feeling to go. Now who's to say that I can't do everything that I can try? And as I roll along, I begin to find things aren't always what they say. I wanna turn the whole thing upside down. Say it's impossible, can't be found. Say it's love will find everyone. Singing, dance, around the nature song. Book spinning and there's no time to wait. But it'll just keep spinning and spinning, round and round and upside down. What's impossible can't be found. Say it's love will find everyone. Singing, dance, run the nature song. Work spinning and it's upside down. Say what's impossible can't be found. Say it's love will find everyone. Singing, dance, run the nature song. I don't want this feeling to go. Please don't go away. Please don't go away. Don't go away. Is this how it's supposed to be? Is this how it's supposed to be?
You guys want me to do one more?
One more.
Okay.
must be some kind of way out of here, said the joker to the thief. It's too much confusion, I can't get no relief. Businessman, they check my wine, so come and take my earth. None of them along the line what any of his work. No reason to get excited if he becoming this bold. How many here among us feel that life is a joke? You and I, we've been through that. This is not our fate. Let's not talk false that now. Our work is getting late. Kept their view while the women came and went. Barefoot savage stood outside in the cold, listening while cats eat ground. Two riders approaching now when we began to kept their view. Well, women came and went. Barefoot seven stood outside in the cold listens while cats it crowd. Two riders approaching now. The wind began to howl.
Short little version.
All right. Thanks for listening to our podcast. Don't forget to check out our other podcast. There's the Bar Talk podcast. There's Old Colony Cast. And, of course, the Inebri-art podcast along with Jam Packed. You can find all those on Stitcher, iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube, pretty much anywhere podcasts are found. If you're on some sort of service and you can't find it, let us know, and we'll help you out and or add our podcast to that too. You can contact us at Inebri-art@yahoo.com and follow us on Facebook as well as Twitter at Inebri-art. And feel free to send us some tips, ideas, advice, hate mail, whatever it is, you can get us there. And again, thanks for listening.